It's Hawaiian shirts and Havianas because the summer series gets underway at Sha Tin on Sunday with the first of the Twilight meetings for the season. We've got 10 races coming up. There's a Japanese simulcast earlier in the day for the Hong Kong punters as well. Joined in the studio today by Paul Lilly and Tom Wooden. Tom, means it's now a sleep-in Sunday also.
It is, Mark. Well, for those that don't have kids anyway. Of course, we've got the 10 races coming up at Sha Tin. 4 o'clock start. Main event is race number 7, the Class 2 1400 metres. And yeah, it's not a bad program to get stuck into late on a Sunday afternoon.
Exactly right. And we'll dissect it a little more shortly. Are there jackpots, Paul?
Yeah, there's a couple there. $1 million going into the 5th double trio. So last couple of races there, that should get up the 8 million mark. And also 2.8 going into the 6-up win bonus. And so that should get over the 8 million mark as well. So decent amount floating around for the first of the summer series.
Even got the Twilight graphic ready to go for the meeting on Sunday. 10 races on the C course and the turf track is in use. And the races, we focus on races 7 and 10, the Class 2 over the 1400 metres, and race number 10, the Class 3 over the 1200 metres. Before a look at those couple of races, there's one very informed jockey in Hong Kong at the moment. It's Ellis Wong, and here is Nick with the man himself.
Ellis is trying to get the best out of Dragon Delight, right honourable at them late. Dragon Delight has knocked off Casapapa. It's Dancing Code in front and they will not get anywhere near him. Dancing Code from either. Ellis Wong, who's ranged up the favourite, taken over, giving chase his Amazing Award, but Sky Vino too strong for Amazing Award. Kaholo Angel coming home 2-1, and Kaholo Angel has won. It's another for Ellis Wong.
Ellis Wong, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about your recent run of form, shall we? I mean, you've been in great form of late. You must be very happy with the way things are going.
Yeah, the horse is going well, and the camp was pretty good in the last season, the end of the season. So, horse was fit and was a bit lucky. So happy for the moment.
Over the time that you have been riding here, what have been the sort of the things that you feel that you've improved on since you've been riding in Hong Kong?
I think everything was be improving. Maybe especially the pace in the race, and travel the horse and where the horse position on and feel the horse, and maybe the wing, keep the horse straight, and because Hong Kong riding really tight, and so a lot of things to learn, you know.
You're with Casper Fownes. Obviously, he's an excellent trainer, a champion trainer on multiple occasions. You're riding some nice horses for him as well. I mean, just recently, Kaholo Angel, I know is a horse that you must really like. Charming Steed, Sky Cap, Sky Vino. You're getting to ride some nice horses too.
Yeah, thanks boss. He gave me a lot of support, and he gave me a chance horse to ride, and thanks he trusts me, and yeah, the horse win, and horse always good in Happy Valley.
He's giving you more support on the weekend as well. Just on your rides for Sunday, you've got a nice book of rides. I thought maybe Dancing Code and Enjoy Golf were perhaps the two best rides for you this weekend?
Oh yeah, they both got the chance. Dancing Code is got a good gate, and 1400 meter, and I hope he can jump and get him really straight away, and he will try his best. He really tried this horse.
And Enjoy Golf, obviously he's drawn wide, but the trip should suit him, and he's consistent, isn't he?
Yeah, I think 1400 will match with him, and he got the fun pace and skate speed, and I hope easier to get the fun, and if it's easier to roll him in the fun, and if he control pace, I think he got a chance to.
There is Ellis Wong, Tom, looking at his stats over the last 10 meetings, and 7 winners amongst them from just 47 rides.
He's been flying along in the back end of the season. The claim has certainly come to the fore with Ellis there, a win rate of just under 15% there, so ticking along very strongly, and he's got some decent rides again, and he's been rewarded for his efforts, Paul, with some good books over the last few meetings with the winners that he's knocking in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he had 88 winners before he got here, and he's really sort of gone on with it here with that claim, as you mentioned. Enjoy Golf, he's got a wide draw, that's just a little bit of a problem for him. Dancing Code should get a perfect run just in behind. Nucleus, I think, will go straight to the front, and Sugar's no favourite of his.
He is. Rare appearance at Sha Tin for Sugar. We've heard from the apprentice. He's his master, of course. It is his boss, Casper Founds.
Casper, when the apprentices start here in Hong Kong, obviously it's not an easy task for them, isn't it? But on what we've seen from Ellis recently, especially, he's really taken a step forward now, hasn't he?
Yeah, mate. He's getting there, isn't he? He's improved each season. You know, he started off, he was quite erratic and stuff, but you know, he spent a lot of time in the room. The stewards give him a nice sorting out, and he's started to ride between the lines now and do the right thing, and starting to understand what pace is about, tactics. He can ride them up on the speed and come from behind, and he's doing really well. He's come a long way in the last certainly 6 months, and you know, obviously we're getting close to that £5 claim, and that's crucial in Hong Kong. Once we get there, we've got to see if we can continue on, but at this stage he's riding really well. You know, on Wednesday night he was unlucky not to get the 3 wins. He gave them all great rides, and yeah, very happy with his progress.
And I mean, obviously, you know, he works for you. He's indentured to your stable. I mean, recently the likes of Kaholo Angel, we saw win, of course, Charming Steeds, Sky Caps, Sky Vinos. I mean, these are horses now, so you can entrust him to ride them, and you know that a guy like him who's developing all the time, he's given them these very good rides to win, isn't he?
Yeah, spot on, mate. Yeah, it's an asset now, because I mean, when you get that £7 off in a handicap system like Hong Kong, it's incredible. It makes such a difference, you know, the difference between winning and losing, because the horses, they're so close up, and if you get a nice ride with a £7 off, you certainly give yourself a chance for a win.
You obviously have worked, you know, a lot closer with him than most of us. What have you seen him develop? Where have you seen him develop as far as his riding abilities, tactics, and all that sort of thing?
He's a lot more patient. You know, he's learning to give horses a chance if that's required for that particular horse. And he's good. He's good from the gates. Yeah, he's getting there. I'm very happy with his progress, like I said, and you know, hopefully we have a good season with him again next season.
That is Casper Founds. So that's all of the information on Ellis Wong, and he'll be looking, as the boys said, to carry on where he has been over the last 10 meetings with a few more winners. We are going to look now at race number 7, the Class 2 over the 1400 metres, and Healthy Happy is a 3-time course and distance winner, as is Young Champion. £10 claim for Drombeg Benham. Invincible Shield goes back up in trip. Dancing Code gets that £7 claim for Ellis Wong. Lightyear's Charm comes up in grade, and Mickley, he's making an appearance again. He's had 2 starts over the 1400 metres, Paul, for 2/4, and he's going to go back.
Yeah, he goes back. He hasn't got that early pace, even from barrier 1. I think he'll end up out the back there, because Drombeg Banner should lead with a £10 claim. Healthy Happy likes to go forward. Dancing Code has led recently as well. So look, it's going to put a bit of pace into the race, these 3. Choo Chow Spirit was a good run last time from him. Invincible Shield, Lightyear's Charm will be the likely favourite. He should get the pace to suit. And then back to Mickley and Young Champion.
And Nick is back right now, and he's talking to the rider of Lightyear's Charm. It is Zach Purton.
Zach, some nice rides coming up for you on Sunday. Lightyear's Charm is one of them in the 7th race. He's also just continues to go from strength to strength, hasn't he?
Yeah, he sort of hasn't really done much wrong, has he? He's been fairly consistent all the way through, and you know, he doesn't help himself at the start. He can be a bit slow out at times. Hopefully he can get better as time goes on, and he's going to need to here, because it looks like there's a little bit of speed, and he doesn't want to be on the back foot from the get-go and chasing the whole race. So hopefully we can get out cleanly.
I'm not sure if that was the case last time, Zach. I mean, just watching it visually, it looked like you didn't want to give him a hard race. Not that he needed it, but it was a cosy win.
I didn't have much choice from where I was, to be honest. You know, I just had to sit and wait for a run to present, and when it did, he got through there nicely and did a good job. So we were happy with that.
He's had a recent trial and you didn't ride him. I'm not sure if you've gone back and seen it, but he looked to trial well.
He did. He seemed to get out the gates a little bit better, which you know, is really what we're after. We know he's got the ability. It's just trying to manage him to get him to do everything right.
I know he's obviously up in grade now as well, which does get tougher, but the form of his last race has worked out okay. New Forest was 6th behind him. He's come out and won, so on paper it's strong anyhow.
Yeah, it is. You know, these are much better horses than what he raced against last time, so he's going to need to go to another level, but he gets a weight relief and he's going to get the speed there to suit him, so he'll get his chance.
There is Zach. Tom, do you have him as the horse to beat in the race?
Yeah, I think he's definitely the horse to beat, Mark. He's stepping up into Class 2 for the very first time. As Zach said in the interview there, he can be a little bit slow away, but I don't think there's going to be too many issues here in this race with the light weight on his back. He looks a real progressive horse, and so I think he's got plenty of points in hand, Paul.
Yeah, look, he looks that way. You wouldn't want to take a short price about him because this is quite a good field, but he'll probably start favourite, and he probably deserves to be, but not too short.
That is Lightyear's Charm. We move on now to Dancing Code, young champion, and Mickley. Paul. Dancing Code was able to get a lovely run in the lead this day, packing Hermod to his outside. It's unlikely he's going to be leading, turning for home this week, though.
It does. With a 10-pound claimer on Drop Big Banner, he's a very strong leader as such. Look, he ran his race here. He sort of dictated from the front. I mean, we've got the inform Ellis Wong on. We've just been talking about it with him, so he's a chance.
Yeah, he's just struggled to win in this grade, hasn't he? And he's struggled to win here at 1,400 metres when his victories have come at Happy Valley and Sha Tin over the 1,200 metres. Not prepared to rule out young champion because he was one back, one out behind packing Hermod in that race. I thought he did a good job. He had every chance. He's got 134 on his back, which won't be easy here, but he's always there or thereabouts.
He sure is, and the pace should be on, which will help him. Tom, Invincible Shield, he's 7th in this race. He was a horse that had won his 3 starts prior. The 1,400 metres looks good for him, but what do you make of him off the back of this performance? He was a bit disappointing here, but I think I'm going to put that down to dropping back to 1,200 metres because he'd won at 12, that stepped into 14, he'd won, and then all of a sudden he dropped back to 1,200 metres and they're immediately back at 1,400 metres. A few things sort of went against him in the straight. He might have finished a little bit closer. I don't think he would have won, but I think he's a horse that's definitely better suited here, Paul, to the 1,400.
Yeah, definitely. I really like the run of Choo Spirit in that as well. I thought he hit the line strongly. And I think the 14 will suit him as well. And he comes up with a good draw, does Choo Spirit, even though it is a small field. Healthy, Happy Paul, he runs a second in a trial up at Chungfa. He was under a good hold to the line here, but is the worst thing possible for this horse having Dromberg Banner in the race? Definitely. He likes to dominate from the front. He's got Dromberg Banner drawn on inside him. He's drawn 8, so he's going to have to sit outside. His best race is when he's left alone in front. Yeah, and there's been plenty of scenarios this season where he hasn't been able to even lead or get anywhere near the pace. Healthy, Happy hasn't won since the Celebration Cup of a couple of seasons ago, well over 600 days ago. Nothing wrong with the trial, but big weight, alternate leader in the race. There's lots against him. Here is that alternate lead, Tom, in Dromberg Banner. We've talked about a good pace, those running on from the back and sweeping past him. Is there a chance he could pinch it from the front with that 10-pound claim? Yeah, there absolutely is. Carries 5 pounds more than he carried last time out, but that was a Class 1 race and was beaten there 6 lengths behind Devano, who's been freshened for this. Enjoys course and distance, a 2-time winner in this grade. Brittany Wong having her second ride aboard him, and certainly was disadvantaged from some pressure up mid-race last start. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to include him. I won't put. He's in on the minor line just because there is some alternative pace in there with the likes of Healthy, Happy and Dancing Code. So that's a breakdown of the lead-up races, Paul, but you're with Lightyear's Charm. Yeah, I'm with him. I think he's a progressive horse that can win in this grade. So he's on top. Choo Spirit second, Invincible Shield back to 14, looks good. And then Dromberg Banner there on that minor line, 7, 5, 4, 3. I think he's definitely the horse to beat, Lightyear's Charm, but I wouldn't want to be taking a 2s on price like he was last time out if he was to come up that sort of go in this race. Zach Pert and David Eustace. David closing it on 30 winners for the season. Invincible Shed, I think a big plus for him. They go back to 1,400 metres with him. Young Champion's just got a decent weight to his shoulder, and Dromberg Banner off the front. If he can get things his own way, he'll give you a sight for a long way. 7, 4, 2 and 3. It's all about race 7, number 7 for the boys as we close the first part of Racing to Win. Break time now, back with plenty more right after this.
Welcome back to Racing to Win. We are focusing on the first of the Twilighters for the season, Paul, and you've found a very omen, topical name-sounding selection for the last run reminder.
Yeah, California Sun. He's just having his second start. This was his debut run. I thought it was full of merit, this run here, because they didn't go quick early, and he drew wide. You see him in the orange sleeves there with the blue colours. Goes all the way back at the start of the race. And you can see him settling second or third last there. Now, you can see the time there for yourself. The first 800 metres was slower, 600 I should say, was slower than standard. He was still well back. He went back to the inside for a run, and it didn't really come for him. So he, you can just see he had to come off heels there. So he was momentarily held up, lost his momentum, and then he started to drift out wide to look for that run. And then there it comes now, and he starts to come through the middle. And the best part of this bit was just the end of it here, this last 50 metres. Look how he really stretched out once he got into the clear. So I think second up, he looks good.
It's shown nothing in his trials. Yeah. Absolutely nothing.
Saves it.
One of those horses that saves it for race day.
Yep, and had plenty of bad luck throughout the run. Race 4, number 5, California Sun, is the last run reminder. Here we go now on to race number 10, and it's a Class 3 over the 1,200 metres. We've got Module Construction on fire at the top of the book, and he has drawn a gate this week too. Lifeline Express consistent, young superstar. He's drawn out in 12, and Romantic Sun makes an appearance at Sha Tin, has the cheek pieces going back on. Little Paradise up in grades, unbeaten at his only 2 starts. Aaron ran second last time, has trialled strongly since, and Solid Impact is a 2-time course and distance winner. Paul, young superstar's the leader.
Drawn wide, but he looks the pace in the race, and I think he can get across, and he does race best when he's up against the rail. Module Construction should get his opportunity once again from barrier number 3. Aaron's gone forward in his last couple, and was a good run in this grade last start. Romantic Sun, I don't know what they're going to do with him, because he does like to go forward, and he's drawn 11, so Zach's got his work cut out there for him. Little Paradise, one more, back to Solid Impact.
We're going to zoom in on Little Paradise right now, and Nick spoke to his rider, Luke Ferraris.
Luke, Little Paradise is your ride coming up in the last race on Sunday. Hard to find any fault with this fellow so far. 2 runs, two nice wins.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything wrong yet. He is still young and learning the ropes, but he seems to be talented. So he's pulled in a nice enough draw, and if we can get a nice run in behind the speed, then hopefully he can reproduce.
When you look at his 2 runs, Luke, obviously the first day he went from the front and just sort of bossed it and won, and next time out you had to change tack a little bit. How impressed were you as his rider in his ability to do that as such a young horse? Yeah,
really impressed. Obviously his first win he was drawn out wide, and thought we would take luck out of the equation, and just sort of dictated off the front, and he did that. He did surprise me a bit last time. When he's not asked to begin that fast, he can be a bit lazy in behind them, but when I popped the question, he responded smartly, so it was a good win. And it's nice to see that they can do it both ways and be versatile. So now he's pulled a nice barrier. Hopefully he can begin well and put himself in a nice spot.
Yeah, it was a nice trait to have, I suppose, and obviously looked impressive doing it. I mean, he's just a 3-year-old. Jimmy's, I think, got a nice one here, hasn't he, really? I mean, on what he's done so far, probably after this maybe he gets put away, but next season he could be a really nice horse, couldn't he?
Yeah, look, it'll be interesting. He's obviously going up tougher grade now, but in saying that, he's got to do it, and it'll be a nice sort of test to see where we are with him, and yeah, obviously next season he'll, just with natural improvement, hopefully be better.
Little Paradise, Paul, he can't have done any more. Any concerns with the rise in grade?
No, he looks like he's got rating points in hand. Saying that this is a lot tougher, and he's been up against a good one in Aaron.
Yeah, and he showed his versatility last time out, because obviously he went forward first up. That took him back last time out, but seemingly a pretty versatile horse.
This horse, Tom, he's just been so good since he's been here. He's missed a top 4 spot once. He's looking for 3 in a row. Extra weight, but a better draw, Module Construction.
Yeah, he'd been sort of stuck on a sort of a high sort of 60 rating, mid sort of 60 rating after winning earlier on in his career, but to really come back with a vengeance in the back half of the season. Wins over Super Infinity and Majestic Express last time out. Barrier number 3. He's off a peak rating here, just the big weight to shoulder this time round, Paul, but he's more than capable by the looks of things.
Yeah, look, it's a tricky rating, 78, isn't he? And he's got a couple of good ones against him.
We'll move on to the next replay now, Paul. This is Romantic Sun and the Red Hair. He runs ninth. This was his debut, the Red Hair. Just the worry where Romantic Sun's going to end up from the gate?
Yeah, I prefer him in Happy Valley as well. So he's just going to be wide, I think, from barrier 11. And the Red Hair looks like he's still on the improve.
Little gear change with Romantic Sun. He's got the cheek pieces going back on. Didn't mind the way he stayed on here last time out behind Dragon 4 season to power kept, but barrier 11 was the big negative, I felt.
Aaron Tom, he's already proven that he's a nice horse. Here he is running second. This is back on the 10th of May. There's a few others in this. Eris Nova. Lifeline Express is fairly consistent too. He's a two-time course and distance winner.
It's hard to leave out Lifeline Express. He settled back last near the rail in this race and was pulled to the outside and again closed off strongly. But he is only, of course, a two-time winner from those 19 starts with multiple placings next to his name. But Aaron has to be right up the top of the pecking order here. Tried hard last time out. Good trial leading into this as well.
Yeah, and Cormac Glorious walked him, and he had the race perfectly run to suit and held on, so it was a good win from him. But Aaron, against the trend, still ran second.
Tom just referenced the Aaron trial. Paul, here it is. It's on the all-weather. That's Honglock Golf 3 wide, and he's up outside the leader in a really tight rate.
Yeah, he's going well. Look, I think he can beat Little Paradise. There's not much between them, but Aaron's proven in the grade already, just been going down on a narrow margin, whereas Little Paradise has to prove himself in the grade.
Yeah, there's only £1 between them this time round. Little Paradise 1-2-4, Aaron 1-2-3, and the Ricky Yu stable on the verge of knocking up 50 winners for the season as well.
He's had a great season, Ricky, as we know, and if he hasn't won one before this race, Paul, will Aaron bring up the half-century?
I think he will. I've gone Aaron to beat Little Paradise. I think that's the dead set Quinella in the race. Another Zonda, I think, is well enough in there for third, and then Moldra Construction with the bigger weight. 10, 8, 11, 1.
I'll go 8 to beat 10 here. That is Little Paradise, who's shown plenty of quality in his first two opening starts. Aaron, the main danger. Module Construction, Lifeline Express to fill a minor spot. 8, 10, 1, 2.
Same top two, but the boys different order for the last. All the races on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video for that race by race preview. Off we go now, Paul, to your best bets.
Yeah, made him the long shot on debut, and I probably was a race earlier with him. Team folks. He's come out since and he's trialled. He's had that experience under his belt now, and I thought this was a really good trial from him. He was hard held down the straight, and I think Michael Chang's got a nice one here. So we'll make team folks the best, as you can see in this trial. He could have won as he liked, and he was trucking all the way to the post. So he's really improved since that first up run. And as far as the value play, we're going to go a horse called Star Setter. He's downgraded, he's drawn well, and he comes to Sha Tin, and he was in a really strong form race last start. The play is in race 9 with We Are Hero La Forza Metro Power, a QQP.
Best bet, well, he's drawn a gate, his best draw he's ever had, Etalon, or race 4, number 4, drawn barrier 4, so hopefully all the stars can align here for Eris Nova, and he found this race again just a little tough from the draw last time out, so I think he's a big chance with a decent draw for Alexi Bedell and Ricky Yu. That is Etalon or to get a victory on the board. In terms of the value, going with another Ricky Yu galloper, it's Dragon Joy, race 8 at number 6. Got whacked in the ratings, of course, when he won a few runs ago, and the play race 4, 3, 4 and 7.
Best bet, Lahore, Zach Purton and Jamie Richards, 2 starts for a couple of placings, beaten a neck in both of them, has trialled up quite well since then. The value will go Something Jonah, who's lightly raced but haven't minded a couple of trials from him. He's been under a hold, hidden in behind them, so he is the value, and the play is Lahore. And Dancing Classics, who was very impressive on debut in a forecast. So that is a look at the bests, the long shots and the plays. The diary time now, Tom. We know it's a summer series on the weekend, Saturday. Wednesday's Happy Valley. There's one heck of a Class 2 race coming up there.
Yes, LA Fighter, CP Brave, Voyage Samurai there. Steps ahead, Embraces a strong last start winner. Helene feeling the Golden Century, Honglock Golf and also Telecom Fighters.
Yeah, Honglock Golf coming to Happy Valley looks good.
Yeah, any concerns with him getting around the track?
Not at all.
He's a nice horse, isn't he?
Yeah, really good. Really tries hard, only wins by a small margin, but he really tries.
He seems to be better when he's got something to sort of try and loom up and really challenge him. That's when he performs his best.
Yep, like Telecom Fighters.
Yes, we'll preview that on the show early next week, but we'll see you for the first of the summer series at Sha Tin. The opening race gets underway at 4 p.m. local.